I'll make you an offer you can't negotiate. Welcome to the Red Desk. Today is about one of the most critical moments in home buying, making an offer. Figuring out you want to make an offer on a house is a big deal. It usually means that after months of house browsing, making spreadsheet after spreadsheet of pros and cons, and dreaming of what your new home will be like, you finally decided to compete, to step into the ring with the other home buying sharks and prove that you and you alone deserve to be the chosen one. Everything is riding on your offer, and out of everything, it's going to have the biggest impact on not only your mortgage payment, but your potential profits. Anywho, the offer. A big step? For sure. Exciting? You bet. Today we're going to talk through the 5 steps homebuyers need to make when putting together an offer. That way, instead of feeling scared or like you don't really have control of the situation, you can walk in, offer in hand, and slap that baby down on the desk with the confidence of a real estate guru. This is where your real estate agent proves their value. They're your secret weapon, and they better come out swinging. But before you step into the ring, let's make sure you're ready to rumble. I mean, realistically, you're gonna email the offer, and everyone's going to be very polite about the whole thing. There are 2 things you need to do before you make an offer. First, you need to get pre-approved for a loan. If you haven't even gotten to that step, well, then do I have a video for you. Second, find a real estate agent. Reach out to Rocket Homes for help on that one. Where was I? Oh, right. The 5 steps. Step 1, decide how much to offer. Your initial offer sets the tone for the negotiation. You want to nail that sweet spot between getting the best possible price and not insulting the seller by making a lowball offer. And how do you thread a needle like that? By using your noggin. So, here's what you and your real estate agent should be thinking through. How long has the house been on the market? How quickly do the sellers want to sell? How much are similar homes selling for? How much will you have to repair? And how much can you really afford? Remember that this can be a different amount than what you were approved for. All right, don't get discouraged. Knowing this stuff is why you hired a real estate agent. This stuff takes time and expertise to figure out, so let them advise you on what an appropriate opening bid might be. Moving on. Next up is figuring out what your deal breakers are. These are also known as contingencies. Putting an offer down on a house is like interviewing for a job. You gotta go in knowing what your non-negotiables are. It's easy to get emotional when buying a home. You start dreaming of all the wonderful memories you'll make in that big backyard, and you may try to overlook that sinking foundation the inspector warned you about. Common contingencies include the home inspection, appraisal, and financing. And these are just clauses written into the offer that basically give you the legal right to bail if you find something you don't like at any point. Oh, and contingencies let you leave with your earnest money too. Which brings us to, earnest money is a deposit that's usually 1 to 2% of the home price that's held in an escrow account to show that you mean business to the seller. It also serves as insurance for the seller if you break off that home buying process for a reason not covered by your contingencies, then the seller gets to keep that cash. And the more you offer, the more it shows the seller you mean business, just like getting pre-approved. Now, to test your pen pal game. The offer letter is what makes the offer official. Your real estate agent will do this for you, but if you're on your own, then make sure you put these things in it. If you don't want to write these down, then there's a link to a blog that has them in the description. Also, sometimes it helps to put a little personality in your offer letter.
Dearest home occupants, I, Miss Red Desk Negotiator 9000, wish to acquire your home for the modest sum of $250,000 plus a playdate with my dog Clancy.
Okay, maybe not like that, but here's an important point to remember. People selling their homes think of their home as something very special and very dear to them. you have an opportunity to tell them why you're that home's ideal next owner. For example, if it's a house with a garden in the back, you could talk about how much you love gardening and how that makes the house special to you. Don't go overboard. Start sharing your family recipes or anything. But the point is, a little personal touch can be the extra chocolate on the banana bread, if you know what I mean. All right, it's time to negotiate. After you deliver your letter, there are 3 things that can happen. They accept, the world rejoices, and move on to scheduling the inspection and appraisal. They counter. That means you roll up your sleeves and see if what they push back on is fair. And you can choose to counter again or accept. They reject you. If they do, remember that that's okay. It's easy to feel down after a rejection, but remember that that's part of the learning process. And if you resisted going above the budget range you had, that's a win. Also, remember this, Red Deskers. No matter how deep into the buying sales process you are, no matter how much pressure you feel, you can always walk before the selling contract is signed, even if it means losing your deposit. This is the home you'll be living in after all. Make sure you feel good about it. Ta-da! Now, you're all set for offering and counter-offering and contingencies and negotiating and doing all the things to make a proper offer. That's it for today. If you've got the home buying bug and want to dive into the nitty-gritty, then check out the Rocket Mortgage Learning Center in the description. It's got a ton of free resources that are even more thorough than me. You'll dig it, I promise. And once you're ready to buy, find a local top-rated agent in your area at rockethomes.com/buy. Thanks so much for checking us out today. If you'd like to see some more videos, click right here and you know you wanna like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.